All right, everybody, welcome to the gaming news update. So let's talk about some big news, shall we? Coming from Halo. Halo being is going to be celebrating its 25th anniversary next year, and the cool thing is that 343 has rebranded itself to become Halo Studios, and they have now entered a new dawn where they've changed their name, they've changed the engine, they're now using Unreal Engine 5, and they've got some new games in the pipeline which may be hinting towards the Halo franchise finally getting PS5 releases down the road. We'll have to see in the next year, considering it is the 25th anniversary of both Xbox and Halo. So maybe we'll hear some. There's also been some conversations about the possibility of an anniversary celebration for Halo, the Master Chief Collection, that's apparently being set for the 11th of November. So just a few weeks from now, we might be getting a celebration for Halo the Master Chief Collection, which might be coming to Steam potentially within the next month. So we'll have to wait and see if what will happen as it celebrates its 10 years of the game this November. So Xbox are certainly teasing some announcements for Halo coming up. Now, on top of this, we did get a seasonal saving sale on Xbox. Loads of games on offer. I'll leave it in the description if you want to check that out, of course, if you want to see all the updates. And also, Xbox have also released, are also testing out a new console update where Xbox game patches should appear quicker now. So you can now keep track of all the updates that are coming. So that's cool. We've also had details about the fact that the Ghost Simulator Remaster is going to be coming to Xbox Game Pass next month. It releases on November the 7th for Series X and S, so you'll be able to play the original Goat Simulator Remastered for the Series X and S beginning of next month. So you can now check that out. There's also a trailer for the new Quiet Place game, if you want to check that out, of course. Bethesda's also revealed the custom Indiana Jones game and console. They're doing a custom console for a giveaway right now. And then on top of this, we've also did hear about the fact that there might be an axe of the Halo Infinite 2 potentially. So there might have been an axe for that game. And in terms of Black Ops 6, considering Xbox are responsible for Activision Blizzard stuff. Well, physical copies of the game is starting to emerge. Apparently, they're saying in the physical version of the game, you're going to need a minimum of 137 gigabytes, but you're also going to need PlayStation Call of Duty headquarters to be updated before you can play. So if you have the physical version of the game, you're going to need to have Call of Duty headquarters downloaded, but there is also possibility you're going to need roughly over 140 gig space, even though some of the insiders have stated that the back of the box estimate isn't always accurate. So there is a possibility that that might change as we get closer to the game's release next week. But this is what the actual physical version of Black Ops 6 is saying in terms of the install size of Black Ops 6 at this time. So we'll see it. We'll see what Treyarch will say regarding this later in the week. But yeah, apparently this is the file size that the physical versions are now saying is going to be the install size for this release going forward. Yeah, it's pretty crazy if you think about it. We also need to talk about Hogwarts Legacy because it looks like Hogwarts Legacy is finally going to be getting a definitive edition. We've been hearing about the possibility of a definitive edition coming for Hogwarts Legacy, and the talk is that planning to add 10 to 15 hours worth of content, so a new story quest, side quests, activities, more. They're looking for a 2025 release, and in fact, they do say that for those who own the base game, they apparently won't be required to buy the definitive edition as the DLC will be made separate. So there is going to be a separate release of this DLC, which is very helpful for anybody who has Hogwarts Legacy. But for those who don't have it, there will be a definitive edition at some point within the next year where you'll be able to get all this content. But they haven't said exactly what to expect, so we don't know when they're going to talk about this yet. I would imagine the Game Awards is looking likely for when we're going to hear about this, considering that's the next big event for announcements at this point. So we'll have to wait and see if it's going to be the Game Awards when we'll start hearing about this definitive edition of Hogwarts Legacy. We don't really know at this time because I would imagine it's the Game Awards considering that's the next. They did say they're going to talk about games for the next decade, so it would sort of fit in that category a little bit. Xbox are also been hinted about the idea that you're going to be able, they're going to let you stream your own games soon. There is the talk that Xbox Cloud Gaming are going to allow this functionality because they're now starting to sell games on Android as of this November. But yeah, they've been telling, well, The Verge have been receiving information that they've been told that Xbox are testing a new cloud gaming streaming capability with Xbox Insider for November before expanding them to more Xbox users and more games. So they are pushing to try and get more games playable on the cloud. So you'll be able to hopefully stream your own games now through Xbox Cloud Gaming. Allow that by the end of the year. We'll have to wait and see. It looks as though an Xbox fan has been able to get their hands on the digital Series X from Walmart. So someone's already got their hands on it, and you can see images in the description if you want to see what it looks like physically. If you're looking to get the digital Xbox Series X console that's going to be coming out next month. So someone's been able to get their hands on it early already. We've also heard about Tomb Raider 4 and 5 remasters will be coming out in February. There'll be a link in the description if you want to see the trailer for those Tomb Raider remasters that are going to be dropping for Xbox and PlayStation, next year, which is going to be very helpful for people who want to check that out. The only conversations we've been hearing is that the fact that, well, Metacritic have put out a page for Resident Evil 9, which definitely seems to hint that a immediate reveal for Resident Evil 9 is fastly approaching, so it looks like we're going to be hearing some news about the remake of Resident Evil 9 in the coming weeks, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for a potential Resident Evil 9 news that could be coming in the weeks coming up. Also, Sony's been acknowledging Uncharted 2 Among the Thieves. It's celebrating its 15th anniversary, which a lot of people are wondering whether this might be a tease to a remaster, like a remake potentially coming. We'll have to wait and see. But the fact that Jeff Keighley's acknowledging it, maybe there's a remake coming. There has been teasers of that earlier in the year, so who's to say they wouldn't remake the game in 2020 in the future? Maybe there's a possibility there. A remake could be on the way. Now, the publishers of Baldur's Gate 3, considered Larian Studios, are apparently called out the scalpers for the collector's edition as shameful, obviously, because the scalpers have been going crazy selling the PC collector's editions of Baldur's Gate 3, and there'll be a link in the description if you want to hear the whole discussion about that's been going rampant as of recently. Also, apparently PS5 may soon be unchallenged by Xbox in some regions because Microsoft is pulling its console on some regions apparently now. So Xbox is now continuing to collapse for Series X and S. So it looks like the Series X might stop selling in Saudi Arabia potentially in coming weeks, which is going to be a bit of a shock for anybody there who wants to get their hand at Xbox. You might want to be quick because it looks like these consoles are going to stop selling over there, which is crazy that they're doing that. From Microsoft to stop selling in those countries recently. But just thought I'll mention that in case you didn't know. And also, it looks like we've had a new season recently for Rocket Racing. Well, apparently, Epic Games may effectively be pulling the plug for Rocket Racing in development by the Rocket League makers. After less than a year, it looks like the game might be transforming the title on its own platform. So we might be saying goodbye to this racing game within Fortnite, because it looks like the racing game within Fortnite is not seem to be catching well, as they admit it will say goodbye to themed updates. And so it looks like the game is starting to move away from receiving updates from Epics going forward. So so it looks like Rocket Racing could be out the door, and now that they're not receiving any more updates going forward, which is and then we've also had the last ever final copies of Play Magazine, as subscribers start receiving that copy, as they're all really sad to know that Play Magazine is going to be ending. It's the UK's gaming magazine that's been here for a very long time. It used to be known as the official PlayStation magazine, but it's now bowing out. And they said that the latest issue will be the last one they do, and because they're closed down. So it's going to be a bit emotional for anybody who's been subscribed to the Play magazine, knowing that magazine will not return. Finally, we do need to talk about Concord. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Concord? Well, apparently, Concord might be coming back. There's been a lot of updates to it on Steam lately by Sony. Obviously, Firewall Studios are the guys working on are basically the guys developing Concord. But it looks as though, because of all the changes to the game files recently, a lot of people in the community are speculating whether Concord could be going free to play, even though a lot of people are doubtful because of the huge costly flop at its late stage. But a lot of people are continuing to monitor the situation, so there is a chance that maybe Concord could be going free to play should it return at any point. So, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Concord should go to free to play if it does return do you believe that Sony should make it free to play? Because I know a lot of people are going to be questioning whether it's the right decision to make it free to play due to the did in terms of its initial release. So, I don't know. Maybe a free-to-play might work. We'll have to see. I mean, it's very early to say what the changes are for Concord, but I would imagine we'll hopefully hear something officially from Sony soon if they are indeed working on bringing the game back as a free-to-play release. And in fact, we might as well add another little section here, but PlayStation have now officially started to sell refurbished PS5 consoles. As you can see from the packaging, it's based on the original model of the PS5. The one that came out in 2020 is being refurbished, being made refurbishable on the Sony's PlayStation Direct. And as you can see, it says certified certificate refurbished. And also, these versions of PS5s that are being sold by Sony, they're going to be sold at a bit of a lower price. So you get to save 90% on this £90 on this version of the PS5. So it's going to be priced at £390, which isn't too bad. And it comes with a 12-month manufacturer warranty as well. So really helpful there. So at least you'll have the warranty to back you up on this one. And obviously this is the one that comes with the stand. Most the newer PS5s, you have to buy the stand separately. This one comes with the stand, which is the best part about all of this. So if you fancy getting the original model of the PS5 that's now been refurbishable, the one without the lines in the middle of the console, then yeah, you can now get your hands on this from Sony directly now. As they're even though there's going to be some minor cosmetic imperfections that they say as with these products, but it's still workable, which is a good thing. But yeah, they're currently selling those right now in the UK. If you want to get your hands on a PS5 and you're looking to if your PS4 is giving you a hard time and you need to upgrade. But yeah, the refurbished consoles are probably your best bet really, because at least you get the stand with it. If you're looking to have a stand with the PS5, then you can just go for the original one with the actual stand that came with it. The refurbished PS5s that are now available for you to get your hands on the PS5 if you're looking to get your hands on the console. Then now's a good time to get a refurbished one. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will. And also, we should be getting some release date announcements from Kinetic Games about Phasmophobia on console. I'll definitely be doing an update video to let you know when when that release date's been announced by Kinetic Games, so you know when to get your hands on it. Hopefully, we'll get a release date soon. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later in the week. See you then.